2, 1. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, y'all. I have a great show set up for you guys today. As always, we have a story in breaking news. Border Patrol in Arizona has shot one person, and they are presently in critical condition. Also in lead stories, ICE, you are fired. Greg Ravino has been fired and replaced. Also, we're going to go through a couple of videos. The Trump administration is back to their old tricks, and they are still deflecting. We had a little bit of hope yesterday, but the Trump administration is back. Also, Kanye West caught lying about his apology. Make sure you stay tuned with that story. In quick news, we're going to talk Pam Bondi, Bernie Sanders, TikTok settling in court, Lil Baby and Akademiks, 50 Cent, Nicki Minaj, and ICE will be at the Super Bowl. As always, we're going to close out the show with social discussion and question of the day. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, radio, your devices up. Come on, it's Tuesday. We made it through Monday, y'all. And I'm about to start this show. Let's go. All right. What is up, y'all? I hope y'all are having a good day. I hope you're enjoying this Tuesday. I'm feeling good. Y'all know that I get very happy when I get through my Monday and I can start looking forward to the weekend. Yes, I start looking forward to the weekend as of Tuesday morning. All right. Okay. We got a lot to tackle today. There is breaking news, a new report out of Arizona. Border Patrol has shot another person. The information is a little bit tricky. We have put the story up on our Instagram accounts and our socials, and it hasn't really come out even yet on mainstream media as far as I know. And the story that we put out, which I'm going to show you guys here in a second from NBC News, I haven't seen anything else come out about it. So I don't know if this is the Trump administration suppressing things that are going on. I don't know. But there hasn't been a lot of chatter. I've heard a couple of other content creators talking about it. But we are going to go ahead. It's definitely a reliable source. It is NBC News, right? So we do know something is happening. But right now, the FBI is not talking. Department Homeland of Security is not talking. So I feel like there's something weird going on. Whenever things are suppressed on social media, I get nervous. Okay, so let's start with breaking news. Here is our thumbnail for today's show, and we will kick things off with our breaking story out of Arizona. Here is our recent Instagram post. News, according to NBC, Border Patrol has shot another person and they are now presently in critical condition. A person was shot in an incident involving U.S. Border Patrol in Arizona on Tuesday around 7 a.m., according to news released by Santa Rita Fire District. The fire department said it transported the person in critical condition. Now, allegedly, there was nobody around when this person in Arizona was shot this morning, meaning there is no videotape, there is no evidence from the public side. We are going to have to depend on Border Patrol and the Department of Homeland Security to let us know what happened. They have already been caught lying. We probably will never know what happened to this unknown person. This is breaking news. It hasn't even hit the major networks yet. Stay tuned to the Trend Out Loud show for updates, link in bio, and check us out on YouTube. Okay, I have a little bit more information here. The circumstances leading to the incident were not immediately clear. There is no information whether anyone from law enforcement was injured in the incident. Crews from Santa Rita Fire District and American Medical Response provided medical care to the individual on the scene, according to the news release. Patient care was transferred to a local medical helicopter for rapid transportation to a regional trauma center, the fire department said. The incident remains under active investigation by law enforcement agencies. Hold on, there's a thing here. Sorry, like I said, this is just breaking, so I'm a little all over the place. The Sheriff's Department is leading the investigation at the request of the FBI, which is also assisting. The FBI did not immediately respond to a request for comments. It's standard practice to involve the PCSD in an investigation when a federal agent is involved in a shooting incident with Pima County, the PCSD said. We ask the community to remain patient and understanding as this investigation moves forward. The PCSD will thoroughly examine all aspects of the incident. However, these investigations are complex and require time. So the FBI is involved, but not saying anything. Department of Homeland Security is involved, and they're not saying anything. And the agents also there from the PHSD are saying, hey, can you guys please be patient? I feel like that's why we're not hearing too much about it and it's being suppressed on social media. I am nervous. We have seen what happened with Alex Petty over the weekend. Kash Patel from the FBI director was not telling us the truth. Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, was not telling us the truth. Steve Miller from the White House was not telling us the truth. So this happened at 7:30 a.m. Presently, right now, it is 5:40. We're going on 10 hours, and you're telling me we don't have any information and y'all can't get back to us? We don't even know if this person is alive or not. I find this very, very, very strange. As I'm going on, if anybody knows anything, well, I'll get to the comments at the end, but I'll try to check maybe if I'm playing you guys a video to see if we hear anything. But as we know now, the person remains in critical condition. Okay. All right, let's now go over to what is happening with Greg Bavino, the head of Border Patrol. We just stick here at the Trent Out Loud show, we just stick Border Patrol and ICE that's in Minnesota together. We just call them ICE, okay? But there is a shift. And also, I have videos from Melania Trump on Fox News today, Megyn Kelly saying something deplorable and disgusting about Alex Purdy, Donald Trump wanting an investigation, which ironically, out of all the videos, is the one like silver lining, and Trump is the one saying the right thing. Shocking, but we will play it because we are fair here on the Trend Out Loud show. And then I have a video that Donald Trump is saying Americans cannot walk around with guns anymore. And then we'll play a video showing you guys the repercussion. Like I said, we have a lot in lead stories. And then I'm going to tell you a follow-up from Kanye West's apology letter yesterday, which I was one of the only ones who didn't believe it. A lot of content creators, a lot of people, especially in the Black community, were like, oh, we forgive you. I have some more information today, and I want to know if you guys are still willing to forgive Kanye West. All right, let's go over to lead stories right now. All right, lead stories. Okay, we are going to kick it off with Greg Bavino. I think unanimously, everybody pretty much hates Greg Bavino. Now, I'm going to play a clip, again, that we posted on Instagram today. And if you don't know who Greg Bavino is, you're going to recognize his face because he's been plastered all over every single video that you have seen coming out of Minnesota for the past 2 or 3 weeks. He is in charge of Border Patrol, and Border Patrol is there to support ICE in Minnesota because allegedly ICE and the Trump administration said they're getting no support from Minnesota police, so we needed Border Patrol, which is crazy because there's no borders in Minnesota. Anyways, listen to a video that Greg Bavino says, and then you're hearing an interview after him totally asking you, the public, to not believe what you heard him say a couple of days prior. I feel like this was one of the reasons, and of course, Alex Petty getting unalive being the reason why Greg Bavino was fired. Take a listen to this.
As many people that touch you as you want to.
Greg Bavino's firing is going to go down in American history as the easiest firing ever.
Everybody fucking gets it if they touch you. You hear what I'm saying? If there's less legals, we're going to look at shipping tractor trailer loads of that shit in here. So you catch what it's all about us now, and it ain't about them.
That appears to be me, and it appears to be what I said there on
sometime. I don't know what the date of that was.
Do you recall saying those things?
I don't recall everything.
The instruction that you gave to your officers was that they had full reign to arrest anyone who so much as touched them. That, in essence, is what you said to the officers, right?
No.
What?
Should we interpret you as saying something different?
I don't know how you want to interpret me, but that's not what I said.
I'm convinced in the ice. No, hold on. Can you just rewind this, please? Hold on.
That you gave to
that was.
Do you recall saying those things?
I don't recall everything.
The instruction that you gave to your officers was that they had full reign to arrest anyone who so much as touched them. That, in essence, is what you said to the officers.
Listen.
Right?
No.
No. What?
Should we interpret you as saying something different?
I don't know how you want to interpret me, but that's not what I said.
I'm convinced in the ICE training manual, it says, don't worry about what you say on video. We'll tell the American people it wasn't true, and we'll find a way to make them believe it. We'll talk about this. Yo, this is the Donald Trump administration. Okay, so Greg Bovino out. The head of what's his name? Tom Homeland. I forget his title. He's head of some sort of immigration. Anyways, he's kind of even above Kristi Noem. I forgot his exact title. He is now going to be in Minnesota. He is a career Border Patrol agent. Donald Trump, not Donald Trump. Barack Obama gave him a medal. So I'm not saying he's the best guy, but he is better than Greg Bovino. Okay. Now, yesterday, I spoke to you guys about Donald Trump speaking with Tim Walz and Donald Trump saying, hey, myself and Tim Walz had a great conversation. I also spoke with the mayor of Minnesota or Minneapolis, Mayor Fry, and we're on the same page. I think things are going well. And I came on here and I said, look, I'm not fully trusting this, but at least I'm happy that we're ending off today's show on somewhat of a positive note. And I think maybe the administration is taking a shift. Donald Trump is talking with Tim Walz, and then we heard Greg Bovino getting fired. All right, well, I wake up this morning and I hear this coming from Melania Trump on Fox News.
For unity.
I'm so confused by Melania's statement. You go on Fox News asking for unity, but then you talk about the protesters and have nothing to say about ICE or Border Patrol or your husband's administration. I don't know what I was expecting, but whatever.
We need to unify. I'm calling for unity. I know my husband, the president, had a great call yesterday with the governor and the mayor, and they're working together to make it peaceful and without riots. I'm against the violence, so if you protest in peace.
And also, don't get it confused like Melania cares. She was there to promote her movie. We'll talk about this on the trend. Well, excuse me, why are you talking about peace, talking about riots, and saying, please, when you go out, protest peacefully, and not say anything about the ICE agents, not say anything about Border Patrol agents? Like, you can't do that. It does not make any sense. You cannot ask for unity and then only talk about one side. You cannot only talk about Minnesotans who, I said yesterday, to me, I love every single state in the United States of America, but right now, Minnesotans are showing that they are the most resilient, heartfelt, fearless people in the United States of America right now. Like, they are doing amazing things. And Melania Trump is getting on Fox News and saying, guys, if you're going to protest peacefully, please. Alex was not even protesting. Like, what are you talking about? He was on the street documenting. So anyways, that annoyed me. But if that annoyed you, oh no, just wait until I play what Megyn Kelly said. This is one of the most disgusting things that you will hear about Alex Petty. And yesterday I played a disgusting thing from Kash Patel. I played a disgusting video from Kristi Noem, and I also played a disgusting video from somebody else. I can't remember. This takes the cake. Just listen to this.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for Alex Petty, but I don't.
Megyn has a right to feel however she wants to feel, but what she doesn't get to do is tell Americans that they do not have the First and Second Amendment right. the right to free speech, the right to protest, and the right to carry arms. Yesterday, we thought we were making headway when Donald Trump and Tim Walz spoke, but today we woke up and heard from Melania Trump and now Meghan, and we're right back to square one.
Do you know why I wasn't shot by Border Patrol this weekend?
Listen.
Because I kept my inside and out of their operations.
Wait, that is Megyn Kelly telling you right now that Americans are not allowed to go outside and protest. That's exactly what she just said verbatim, but it gets worse.
It's very simple. If I felt strongly enough about something the government was doing that I would go out and protest, I would do it peacefully on the sidewalk without interfering via a whistle, via shouting, via my body, via any other way.
Which is not even what Alex Purdy did, and he got unalived. What are you talking about?
Would make my objections known by standing there without interfering, because interfering is where you go south. And laying hands on a police officer trying to, or Border Patrol officer or ICE.
Can somebody show me a video, send it to me? I will play it 100 times where Alex Purdy laid his hands on a police officer. Please, I challenge anybody in this world to send me a video where Alex Purdy did that.
This officer trying to conduct a law enforcement operation is a felony.
Which he
and
didn't
now you
do.
are going to get arrested. And if you do anything that resembles resisting, you're in serious trouble.
There has been new video that has been released today that shows that Alex Petty was on the sidewalk filming when ICE officers came and agitated him. The first time that Alex Petty did anything other than standing on a sidewalk is when he was defending the lady and when he got pepper sprayed. The same video that we have seen a million times. We'll talk about this today. What is really ironic about that video that I was just talking about is I saw that video on CNN today, okay? And y'all know me, I am everywhere on the internet, and I cannot find this video. It was played this morning, and now it was all of a sudden, poof, gone. The video showed 7 minutes before Alex was unalived, and he is there on the other side of the street. ICE agents are trying to go into a building, and Alex is just there filming. He's on the sidewalk, and ICE agents come over in the street and try to get him to stop filming, and they put their hands on him. He never touched an agent. So for Megyn Kelly to get on her platform and say something as outrageous as that is irresponsible, and it is wrong. And it is telling the American people that they do not have the right to stand out on the street and protest, observe, or film. And then she goes right after she says that and said, well, this is what I would do. Like, what are you talking about? So Republicans are allowed, but Democrats are not? Like, I don't understand the confusion here. Okay. Like I said earlier, I do have a little silver lining. And y'all know me, I don't pick sides, and I call it like I see it. And when somebody does something that's good, I highlight it. Donald Trump was asked about Alex Purdy this morning. He did not answer anything clearly, but he did say he wants to wait for a fair investigation. From everything that I have heard so far myself personally from Donald Trump, I haven't heard him condemn or say that Alex was in the wrong. He has hinted and maybe suggested, but he hasn't come out and said the things that Kristi Noem, Greg Bovino, and Kash Patel and Steve Miller has said. So I want to give him credit. Listen to what Donald Trump said this morning before boarding Air Force One.
Alex Purdy's death was justified.
Well, you know, we're doing a big investigation. I want to see the investigation. I'm going to be watching over it. I want a very honorable and honest investigation. I have to see it myself.
Okay, you know what? I'm giving... It's not often I get to give Donald Trump a round of applause. Thank you, sir. I'll even give you air horns because I don't think I've ever got to give Donald Trump air horns. Now, to be fair, we have seen this administration take time to look at things and investigate and not give us the truth. Do they need time to maybe manipulate some things, to make up some things? I don't know. There has already been allegations. I played this, I think it was yesterday, or it's on our Instagram, where the picture of the gun that the White House put out, it's been shown that that picture was taken from Google, and that picture was on Google 5 days before Alex was unalived. So already there's some alleged cover-up coming from the White House. But like I said, he said he wants to wait for an investigation, and that is more than Kirsty Noem, Greg Bovino, and Kash Patel. So I want to give him credit. Okay. I think around the same interview, Donald Trump said this about guns and Americans. Now, he is right outside of Air Force One, so it's a little bit noisy. I tried to bring up the volume, but you'll hear what he has to say. And then we have another video that shows you the backlash that he's gotten since saying this. Take a look.
Terms 2026 is a wrap. Donald Trump just said Americans are not allowed to carry or walk with guns. Oh, this is just too easy.
That being said, you know, you can't have guns. You can't walk in with guns. You can't walk in with guns. You can't do that. It's just a very unfortunate.
For those of you in the back, Minnesota state law says if you do have a permit to carry a concealed weapon, you are legally allowed to bring it to a protest. Whereas in New York City, you are not. Alex Purdy knew his laws. He knew his rights. We'll talk about this Minnesota state law.
So just for those who didn't get to hear this because of the noise, I just want to bring this over here. He was quoted as saying, "You can't have guns. You can't walk with guns." That is the president of the United States, the head of MAGA, the head of the Republican Party, saying you cannot have guns, you can't walk with guns. Now, I'm not going to be like other content creators and saying that, oh, he's saying that about all Americans. He's saying that obviously in reference to Alex Purdy. He's obviously saying that in reference to Minnesotans and protesters walking to protest. However, he's still wrong in saying that, because like I just said here on my post on Instagram, in Minnesota, you are allowed to bring a gun to a protest. So all of these MAGA people and all of these Republicans that are saying, why would you come to a protest with a gun? Why would you come with 2 magazines fully clipped? Why would you do this? You know why he did? Because it's legal. Because that's what the law says. Now, I'll agree with you. I do agree. I think that's crazy. I prefer the New York laws where you cannot bring a gun to a protest. But guess what? Y'all know me very well, and I'm about what? Laws and receipts and facts. And the fact is that Alex Purdy did not break the law by bringing a gun to a protest. And more importantly, he was not even at a protest. He was filming on the other side of the street while the ICE agents were arresting somebody. He wasn't even at a protest. So why are you saying that he can't bring a gun to a protest when he was not at a protest? And even if he was, it would be legal. Here is the backlash that Donald Trump is getting.
We have some pretty big news right now. Donald Trump is under fire because he just said you can't have guns walking into essentially near ICE enforcement activities or near a protest. He was boarding Marine One, and he was asked by a reporter about what his thoughts were about the Alex Purdy murder. And he kind of went off saying that it's unfortunate, it's a tragedy, but then says you can't have guns. You can't be carrying guns like that. That's going to enrage a lot of folks, and it's also factually and legally incorrect for a few reasons. First, Alex Purdy wasn't going to a protest, right? He wasn't going to a protest. Number two, he was legally permitted to carry a firearm the entire time. It's completely legal. Third, here's the deal, folks. He never brandished that firearm. Fourth, this is only going to split Republicans even more because pro-Second Amendment Republicans are furious at Trump for making this an issue about guns because they're saying, well, just because you carry a gun doesn't mean you deserve to be executed in the streets. And well, that's exactly what Trump is kind of alluding to now, is that he shouldn't have been carrying a gun. Pretty big rift emerging that's only about to grow bigger. Spread the word. I'll have more updates for you soon.
So there you have it, all right? That's from a second content creator just telling you exactly what I just told you. So that sums it up for today, that in the Minnesota immigration, Border Patrol, Like I said, I will maybe in one of the breaks or whatever, I'll follow up what's going on, or maybe if some of you out there can let me know in the comment section when I go to the comments at the end of the show. We could talk about what's going on in Arizona. But I feel like today we backtracked. I feel like yesterday with the demotion of Greg Bovino and Trump and Tim Walz and Mayor Fry speaking, I felt like we had some movement. Today, I'm back to square one. There's still a lot of protests going on in Minnesota, and there's still a lot of things that are going on in the Trump administration that I do not feel comfortable about. Melania, Megyn Kelly, etc. Okay, let's go over to Kanye West. Okay, now Kanye West yesterday took out a ad in the Wall Street Journal. Okay, and in this ad, he put out an apology, which we read to you guys yesterday. Well, pieces of it. Today, Kanye West spoke to Vanity Fair, and for those who watched yesterday's episode, I told you that I feel like I have a unique perspective speaking on this because Kanye West's letter and apology is to the Black community as well to the Jewish community, and he is apologizing for his behavior for the past 25 years due to an accident that he had when he broke his jaw. And he said that during that accident, he had damage to his brain, his frontal lobe, and that's where he went undiagnosed for mental health issues. Now, I am a Black man, and I also have been an advocate for mental health and been diagnosed for bipolar, which Kanye West is saying that he's been diagnosed for bipolar 1, type 1. And this is the reasons why he has been doing all of his antics for the past 25 years, and he would like to apologize for them. I was one of the only ones that I've seen where I'm like, the title of my show yesterday was Kanye West's BS apology. Like, I just never even considered it an apology. I know I'm taking a risk with that, but like I said, I feel like I have a unique approach being a Black man and somebody who's been diagnosed with the same thing that he is alluding to being diagnosed with. And my experience with mental health and therapy and bipolar lets me know that manic episodes, hypomanic episodes, which he's referring to, they don't flare up every time you need to sell something, and every time you have a CD coming out, and every time you have a shoe coming out. Mental health or bipolar flares up and acts like cancer whenever it wants to. And Kanye West never has an episode when he doesn't have anything to sell. And I said that yesterday because he, for the past 2 or 3 years, has been trying these crazy antics to go viral to sell us something. And now the craziness doesn't work anymore. Now he's apologizing for it. So once again, he is using mental health and bipolar to sell something. And everybody was like, no, give him a chance, give him a chance. Even in my own comment section. Out louders were like, yo, Trent, we love you. I agree with you most of the time, but I disagree with you with Kanye West. Well, Kanye West spoke with Vanity Fair. Listen to this. Ye says his recent apology to the Black and Jewish community was not a PR move. This is because these remorseful feelings were so heavy on my heart and weighed on my spirit. Now, listen to this question and answer, okay? Vanity Fair says, some will say that regardless of the truth and tragedy of your diagnosis, this apology is a PR move so that you can release music and operate your business in ways that you used to without the stigma of people thinking you're anti-Semitic. What do you say to them? Listen to Kanye West's answer, okay? Kanye says, it's my understanding that I was in the top most listened to artist overall in the US on Spotify in 2025. Last week and most days as well. My upcoming album, Bully, which I have heard from sources might come out this Friday, but if not, it's coming out in March. Hold on. My upcoming album, Bully, is currently one of the most anticipated pre-saved of any albums on Spotify. My 2007 album, Graduation, was also the most listened to and streamed hip hop album in 2025. This for me as evidence to the latter, isn't about reviving my commerciality. This is because these remorseful feelings were so heavy on my heart and weighed on my spirit. I owe a huge apology once again for everything that I have said to hurt the Jewish and Black communities in particular. All of this went too far. I look at the record of my episode and realize that this isn't who I am. As a public figure, so many people follow and listen to my every word. It's important that they realize and understand what side of history I want to stand on, and that is love and positivity. Okay, Kanye, why did you just have to flaunt all of the, my album is this, album that? And I understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to say, I've been downloaded like crazy. My new album is pre-release and all of that stuff. So, I don't need any press to sell my album. Really, Kanye? How come your album, if it's so pre-ordered, how come it was supposed to release 3 times already and you've delayed it 3 times? Because you can't get any venues to allow you to have concerts in. Because you won't have any venues allow you to have listening parties or launch parties. Or because you know that you're not going to get the radio spins, and because you know that you're not going to get on the Apple and Spotify and the playlist on the DSP playlists. Yeah, you still might have some fans. You are Kanye West. Of course you got fans. Duh. Of course people are going to pre-order your album, but the gatekeepers, the people who you pissed off at radio, DSP, venues, that you need them. And that is why you're apologizing. Now, Kanye West is set to release his Bully album. Also, he is set to be shopping around for a distribution deal because Kanye West does not have any more distribution. You remember when he had that little slider thing that he was selling on Yeezy.com and all his music was going to be on Yeezy.com and everything was going to be on Yeezy.com because he wanted to cut out the middleman? I don't need Adidas. I don't need Def Jam. I don't need Universal. I don't need nobody. And even during those times, if you guys want to go way back, I was like, listen, as somebody who was an independent, as somebody who was in the music industry, working with independent artists, as somebody who is a YouTuber, a content creator who's independent, I'm all down for backing the independents. I say it all the time. Content creators, follow the Don Lemon, even the Tucker Carlson, people who are on YouTube. Forget new media. I went out and covered the Diddy trial, saying that one of 14 spots, new media versus 30 spots on the other side of the courtroom, CNN, Fox, ABC, whatever. I'm all about independent, but then he started doing and using mental health and bipolar, and that's where he lost me, like he lost a bunch of other people. He needs distribution. He's shopping for a deal. Again, that's not, pre-orders are not going to save that. You need the gatekeepers, the people who you pissed off. Kanye West is allegedly looking to go on tour, which again, you need the gatekeepers. Okay. I also saw today where the head of the ADL, who is the community or the organization that represents the Jewish community, they said Kanye West's apology is long overdue, but it does not erase everything that he has done and said about the Jewish community. So the head of the ADL is basically saying what I said. We feel like this is BS, you know what I'm saying? But just not in the words that I use. They said over the over 100 tweets that he's put out about the Jewish community, the anti-Semitic remarks or whatever, they want to see a change behavior, and they're not believing Kanye's BS either. So I respect everyone's comment in the comment section. Y'all know that I'm open for all of that, but I'm sorry. Kanye West needs to put out his album. He needs touring. He needs distribution, and that is not going to happen on his own. He tried it for a year. He tried it for 2 years. He's running low on cash. He went from being worth a couple of bill to only being worth 400, 300,000. And while I'm not knocking the 300, 400,000, that is still just his net worth. The liquid cash that he will need to put this album out, he cannot sustain it anymore. He cannot sustain his lifestyle. And that is why Kanye West is apologizing. Until I see anything else, and like I said yesterday, I hope I am wrong, because Kanye West would be a great advocate for mental health. I travel the world speaking about mental health. I give away copies of my book talking about mental health. For the past 3 years, I've joined Charlemagne the God and my very good friend, Dr. Alfie, America's Doctor, on the Charlemagne and Dr. Alfie's Mental Wealth Alliance stage 3 years in a row. And I want Kanye West to not use mental health as an excuse or a way to make money. I want him, if he is really sick, to be an advocate and show and normalize mental health and not use it for his own good. If he really is bipolar, get better, stop using it, and help other people and help normalize bipolar and mental health. That's just my 2 cents. I hope not to talk about Kanye West again, for the next couple of weeks, because I even said yesterday, I'm like, I'm not talking about Kanye anymore, but this apology letter is driving me nuts. And now this Vanity Fair sent me off the edge. So I just got that out of my system. Hopefully we don't have to talk about him for a while. All right, let's go over to quick news. We're going to talk Pam Bondi, Bernie Sanders, TikTok settling in court. Lil Baby and Akademiks are about to have a boxing match, which I don't believe. I think that just really set up for Aiden Ross's new boxing thing that he's doing. 50 Cent beefing with Christian Combs. Nicki Minaj wants a pardon from Donald Trump. Like, I don't understand Nicki. She's gone crazy. And ICE will be at the Super Bowl. All right, let's go over to quick news right now. Okay, where are we gonna go? Yeah, Pam Bondi. All right, I'm taking up a lot of time. I'm gonna get through this quickly for you guys because I can't wait to come into the comment section. Okay, first one here, Pam Bondi. This was breaking yesterday. A federal judge is weighing Attorney General Pam Bondi's blackmail letter to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as evidence that the administration is using the presence of armed federal agents as coercion to achieve political goals. So this was the letter from Pam Bondi saying, hey, Tim Walz, you want ICE out of Minnesota? No problem. Give us your register rolls. Everybody who's voting, we want all their names, social security numbers. And right away, Tim Walz was like, absolutely not. That letter might backfire. We see yesterday that Greg Bovino has been demoted. There's talks about Kristi Noem's getting demoted or fired, and Pam Bondi might be next on the chopping block. As a caveat to that, Melva, I used caveat again. As a caveat to that, Trump came out today and said that he wants to stand behind Kristi Noem, and Republicans are not happy about that. So Donald Trump is still trying to keep his immediate team close, but a lot of Republicans are giving him a lot of pressure, okay? All right, so that's Pam Bondi. Let's go over to something that Bernie Sanders put out, which I thought was really important. I'm going to talk a little bit later on. Oh, the next quick story about TikTok. A lot of people have been having issues about TikTok, and there's a lot of suppression going on. Bernie Sanders put this out, and I thought it was really, really important to share it with you guys. Thanks to Trump, right-wing multi-billionaire Larry Ellison will now control the TikTok algorithm along with CBS, MTV, The Free Press, BET, CMT, Simon & Schuster, Nickelodeon, Paramount Plus, Pluto TV, and more. This is what oligarchy looks like. So I know a lot of y'all are afraid of like, yo, TikTok algorithm. And like, I'm going to tell you in a minute, they're suppressing ICE videos, they're suppressing any word of Epstein. That's just TikTok. There's going to be suppression in CBS, MTV, and there's already had suppression in CBS on 60 Minutes with that story that they didn't want to release. We're on the precipice of suppression, people. But shout out to Bernie Sanders for highlighting that. Okay, let's go now over to TikTok because I want to let everybody know what's going on. First, before we get into the suppression, I want to tell you guys about a court case that a 19-year-old won. TikTok settles lawsuit after 19-year-old says app's design made her addicted to social media and caused depression. TikTok has agreed to settle a lawsuit brought by a 19-year-old California woman who says the app's design made her addicted to social media and seriously damaged her mental health. The young woman, identified as KGM, claimed that she became hooked at a young age because the platform were initially built to keep users consistently scrolling and locked in. I feel like we can all sue TikTok, or all sue any social media. According to court filings, KGM blamed the app she used daily and said the company should be held responsible for how their product impacted young people. Her lawyer continued that she and TikTok reached an agreement in principle to settle the case just as jury selection for the trial was about to begin. The lawsuit didn't just target TikTok. KGM also named YouTube, Meta, and Snapchat as defendants, accusing all of them of contributing to the harm. Snap reportedly settled earlier this month, while details of TikTok's settlements have not been made public. So we don't know how much money she got or whatever, but we do know that this is a signal of a shift in social media, because there's nobody who can't tell me that they haven't felt at a time like, oh my gosh, I've just been on social media so much today. So I don't know what this means. I don't know how they could change the algorithm to not be as addictive, but we have talked about this before. We are still living in the wild, wild west when it comes to social media. When radio first came out, there was things that were allowed, and then there was regulations. The same thing with TV. And it's going to be very hard to regulate social media, but there will become a time when things will have regulations in social media. And this will be one of the lawsuits that will kind of usher that in. Okay, let's talk about celebrities that are deleting TikTok after claiming ICE videos are being blocked. And also, TikTok says that they are blaming their center outages on US app problem. They're saying they're denying censorship from ICE and Epstein content. So what this is a lot of celebrities are saying, listen, we're done. We're going to take all of our stuff off of TikTok. For what happened over the weekend? What happened over the weekend is a lot of videos were getting deleted. A lot of people weren't able to get to log in. And then when they were, a lot of Epstein and ICE related videos were taken down. Now, I don't crazy post on TikTok. I'll make a reel on Instagram and I'll put it over on TikTok. But the last 2 days, any single thing that I put on ICE literally got, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 15 views, whereas other normal videos would get upwards of 1,000 views. So I can attest, just me personally, that is why celebrities and other people are just saying they're done with TikTok. And we do know that TikTok is changing their algorithm to be for their new US app. And we do know that it's Donald Trump's friends. So is it surprising that Epstein videos and ICE videos are being suppressed? I'll leave that up to you to decide. If you ask TikTok, it has to do with the weather and the outages, and everything will be back up to working soon. I digress. I'll leave that to y'all to work out, okay? Okay, let's now shift gears and talk about some hip-hop and get into some entertainment. Lil Baby is allegedly scheduled to fight Akademiks. Now, there's been a lot going on with Republicans and Trump and Alex and stuff, so I haven't really told you guys so much about this, but Kai Cenat and Gigi, his ex-girlfriend, are still continuing like this beef and fight. Gigi got on her, I think it was her YouTube or her Instagram live, started talking about Akademiks, and then Akademiks started talking about Lil Baby and saying that Gigi was cheating on Kai with one of Lil Baby's homies. And that's how we got into this part here. And now Akademiks and Lil Baby are scheduled to fight on Aiden Ross's stream. Now, just this past weekend, Adam22 and Jason Love fought on Akademiks' stream. Is it as big as, I don't know, let's say like a Netflix boxing match or whatever? No, but it's on a stream. A couple of million people tune in, and this is a way for them to make money as streamers. I just think this is Aiden Ross getting together with Akademiks, getting together with Lil Baby, and drawing up some streamer hype. That's just my opinion, but y'all can listen to this and tell me what y'all think. Oh, oops, wrong one. Hold on, sorry. Here it is.
Guys, I spoke with Lil Baby on the phone last night, by the way. he's down to fight Ak with a price. So I'm reaching out to anybody that can connect me with the right sponsorships to make this happen. Because he said he's down to box Akademiks for the right bag. Like, straight up, he said, I'll do it for the right money. Like, for the money, he'll do it. So I need someone to tell me who to hit up to make this happen. Because, yeah, he is like, you know what? Aiden, get back to me in a few days and give me an offer. So I need help. I need help, guys. We got to offer him some, you know? It means he'll make some money. Ak will make some money. I make some money. For real, though, like,
when somebody tells you, hey, you can make money, everybody can make money, like, it's obviously a money scheme. But I'm never going to be hating on content creators trying to, create content. We'll see. I will definitely tune in. I didn't tune into Adam 22 and Jason Love, but I will definitely tune in to see Lil Baby and Akademiks. Like, yo. And I'm sure a lot of you would tune in too, because I know a lot of my listeners here are not big fans of Akademiks. We all know that Akademiks is very misogynistic and has not nice things to say about especially Black women, which is predominantly my audience of 75% of women. So if y'all want to see Akademiks get hands put on him by Lil Baby, I'll let y'all know when you could tune in, okay? Let's continue on with what's going on in hip hop. 50 Cent is beefing with Christian Combs. Christian Combs claps back at 50 Cent after he shares a clip of him on stage. So some of you guys might have been hearing about this. 50 Cent put Christian Combs, a video of Christian Combs. He showed up on stage with Total and he came out and he was like, when I say bad boy, when I say bad, y'all say boy, bad. But then the crowd didn't say anything. Bad. You kind of hear a little of them saying boy, but it was not really like, the real call and response. And 50 Cent just said his timing seems a little bit off, obviously just making fun of him. And it's not really a shot at Christian. It's more a shot at Diddy, right? Because he's obviously not so popular right now. Well, Christian Combs was not going to sit tight with that. He said the real reason why this senior citizen, 50 Cent, is angry and keeps posting about me is because of his BM, which is, y'all know, the court case, which I can't say because I was in court, but y'all know why 50 Cent and Diddy are beefing, right? Jane Doe, okay? So then the follow-up now, the second follow-up has been 50 Cent with another post about Christian Combs, and he says, how is your case going? The one where you DRUG'd Shorty on the boat. Now, I didn't even really want to talk about this, but I just brought this up to just ask the same question that I always ask whenever Diddy's kids get into the limelight or say anything. And I just don't understand why Diddy's team allows things like this. Diddy is in jail fighting for his life right now. His appeal is coming up in April. Why are his sons, or why is Christian out at a concert with Total? It's just reminding people. And I know Christian has to live his own life, but going out there and be like, bad boy, yeah, shout out, yeah, puff it. Like, nobody wants to be reminded of this right now. 50 Cent just obliterated Diddy's whole entire reputation on Netflix. The last thing that anybody wants to see is his son coming out saying, bad boy, bad boy. Why allow your son to do that? Does Diddy have no control? Does Diddy's team have no control over his family to say, yo, stay off of social media, be quiet, especially with 50 Cent. And now 50 Cent is now reminding people that Christian Combs has a case of his own where he DRUG'd a girl on a boat. So it's literally just reminding people, yo, Diddy is a horrible person, and I didn't even know his son had a case just like his. I just don't understand how a multi-million-dollar PR team cannot control Christian Combs. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I just think it's a huge mistake. Okay, let's go over to talk about Nicki Minaj, which is another thing that I don't get, but at the same time, I do get. Tomorrow, Nicki Minaj will be at some sort of event sponsored by Donald Trump. It says live on X, Trump Accounts Summit, Wednesday, January the 28th. Special guest, Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj posted the poster, or reposted the poster, and she said, the true meaning of paying it forward, early financial literacy and financial support for our children will give them a major head start in life. In some cases, they will end up teaching their very own parents how to invest and what to invest in. This makes me very happy. Now, as you know, and as I just mentioned earlier, I go to high schools for free and give out free copies of my book where I talk about financial education, financial literacy, which is what my first book focuses on, how sneakers saved my life. And then I also talk about mental health, how sneakers ruined my life. I love to do it. Please give back as much as you can, Nicki Minaj. But not with Donald Trump. Like, I just don't understand. Nicki Minaj was on, I do understand, but let me finish. Nicki Minaj was on stage with Erica Kirk, talking about JD Vance, how handsome he was, talking about Donald Trump, and the amount of backlash that Nicki Minaj got caused her to lose 10 million followers on Instagram and deactivate her account and literally go into hiding. And now she's back out again just 1 month later on a poster with Donald Trump's name on it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying somebody can't do something for Donald Trump. That go right ahead. Y'all know me. I'm fair. You want to be MAGA? Please be MAGA. Even come into my comment section. Like, we could talk. Have you guys seen Nicki Minaj prior to this year say anything about Republicans or MAGA or Donald Trump ever in your life? We've been listening to Nicki for the past 10 years, 15 years. It's so obvious that she's working on a pardon for her husband, Kenneth Petty, the most horrible husband that anybody could ever have. And I understand that it might be hard traveling around with somebody who has to register their address. And y'all know people have to register their address, what their crime is. But to ruin your entire career so that your husband can get a pardon, and it hasn't clicked to your head yet that you should just divorce him because he's just ruining your whole entire name. That's a Nicki decision to make, right? She just lost a court case where she almost lost her $20 million home. She had to pay out $500,000 because of what her husband did to a bodyguard. But now you got to attach yourself to Trump. How are you going to get out of this? And like I say, every time I talk about Nicki, when we refer back to Diddy wanting a Trump from pardon, this is where Diddy is having a problem, because he knows if you want a pardon from Trump, you got to do it like Nicki's doing. We're going to put you on the face of Trump posters. We're going to have you do like NBA Youngboy and name your CD, Make America Slime Again, and have NBA Youngboy, when he goes to interview, saying, just listen to whatever Trump says, just follow Trump. You want a pardon, you want a favor from Donald Trump, this is what you're going to have to do. This flyer right here. And for those of you wondering why Diddy hasn't gotten a pardon, it's because Diddy doesn't want to do this. I know y'all don't want to believe me, but this is the sole reason why that Diddy is not out of jail and he does not have a pardon, because Trump has pardoned way worse people than Diddy. And y'all know how I feel about DV people, all right? So I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying this is what happens. I'd stay in jail too. Okay, last thing that we're going to talk about is, I actually have to, hold on, I got to delete one thing here. Remove this. The Trump administration, guess where they're going to be at, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, you guessed it. It has now been confirmed that the Trump administration and ICE will be officially at the White House. This is crazy work, if you ask me, but not surprising. White House officials say ICE agents will be conducting enforcement operations at this year's Super Bowl. ICE agents will be present and conducting enforcement operations at Super Bowl 60, February the 8th, 2026 at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, according to the Department of Homeland Security officials. This action is part of border security measures, with officials stating that the venue will not be a safe haven for individuals in the country illegally. Y'all know that this is just because of Bad Bunny. So let's just stop, faking the funk here, all right? Look, we talked about enough about ICE and Trump today. Let's wrap this up and go over to social discussion. And then I have a really fun question of the day. And then I'm coming to the comment section to talk with y'all. All right. Today's social discussion is, would you save your husband or your wife over your children? Now, we have asked this question before. I have another video with another take on it. I'm still saving my kids. And I want to get married to somebody. I want to get married to a wife that says, don't save me, save the kids. Because I would say, don't save me, save the kids. But I know it's the Christian way. So we'll get over to social discussion and talk about that. Let's go over right now. All right, y'all. Before we get to social discussion, I have a very important question to ask y'all. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Hold up. It's an indirect question. Let me answer that question for y'all. Yes, they are. All three of them. If you're not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform, go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trend-out-loud to get your free 14-day trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you're ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Aura takes care of the hard part for you, automatically removing your information off of these sites and keeping it off. Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts for your credit card or banking information, a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager. They also have US-based round-the-clock customer service. In the event that anything should ever go wrong, Aura also offers, doesn't charge, offers a $5 million identity theft insurance protection package. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking your front door and keeping your back door open. The link is below. It is absolutely free. Here is the QR code. You can take out your phone, your camera, scan it right here. It will bring you to the link. Anything you do online with your name or credit card can be sold to marketers. And that's why you're going to get text messages from people you never gave your phone number to, phone calls, emails. It's all crazy. Aura will get rid of all your information absolutely free. Everyone's information is out there. Do not surf or do anything online, okay? And it's absolutely free. Also, daily I get emails and DMs saying, hey, we really love the show. We would like to give back. Do you have a PayPal or a Venmo? The best way, if you would like to support this show, is while we're live, you can give a super chat. Also, when we're offline and we post this video, you can also give us a super thanks. You might see it at the bottom of the video here. It might say a thanks. Or in the comment section, you see those three dots. You click that, you see a thanks button. Why I love it is that you could change the thanks comment after you chose the amount that you like to give, and then you could put whatever comment you would like, and it sends me a notification. It's like sending me a text message. Give me your comment. I'll heart it, and I'll reply right away, and I'll read it on the next day's show, okay? Here is YouTube explaining super thanks better than I can.
Buy a super thanks by clicking the thanks button under your video. There are multiple price points a viewer can purchase that each have their own special one-time animation. As an added bonus, viewers will get to post a distinct, colorful comment in your video's comment section.
And also, if you're on YouTube, do not forget to check us out and sign up for the Out Loud membership. You'll see the join button above me, or you'll see a membership tab, okay? All right, let's get into social discussion. Oh my gosh. I'm not saving my wife and letting my kids go. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it.
A real controversial viral moment about choosing the kids or the man. I want to know, has your opinion changed on that? So the moment was, you were asked the question on your podcast, if your ship was sinking and you had to save either your kids or your man, you can only choose one, who would you choose?
My husband.
There you go.
10,000%. This is what's crazy to me. And I'm probably going to eat I don't say what y'all want. I don't care. Biblically speaking, order of the household, God, my spouse, my kids, everybody else. How do I save something that comes from me and not the thing that is of me? If two become one and we are one, how do I go and save the multiplied? This is the original unit. And yes, of course, it's
calling your kids the multiply is crazy work. I'm just saying, the multiply?
Sounds insensitive to say I can have more kids. And I'm also speaking from logic and not experience. But this is what I know. Most people don't like their spouse. Most people are married they're not husband and wife. So if you are just married to a person that you really don't like, and low-key you'd be high-key relieved that your husband or your wife is dead, and then you'd be able to raise your kids, I understand why you would choose your kids.
For sure.
But if this is your once-in-a-lifetime, platinum needle in a haystack, lover, soulmate, best friend, ace boon coon, and this is the one time that you have, that you've spent all this time teaching your person how to love you, and vice versa, I can't choose my children.
Yo, I get it. Like, your soulmate, you're this, you're that, or whatever. It's your children.
I can't.
That's true.
There's no God, spouse, children, everybody else. I don't think people value marriage for what it really is.
So this is my point of view on it. With me having 2 kids, and that's like my heart outside of my body, but he's also my heart outside of my body.
Yep.
Before we even got married, what I used to tell you, I love you like I gave birth to you. I can't imagine saying that I would choose my kids or my husband, because I feel like I couldn't choose either. I feel like my perspective is I would die trying to save both.
At least say that. You know what I mean? That makes me feel a lot better. Like, yo, I'll do whatever I can to save both of them. But to literally just be like, yeah, nah, man, sorry, I'm not saving what's my multiply. No, but I do understand, because we've asked this question before. I understand it's a church thing, and I understand it's a Christian thing. I just still can't wrap my head around it. So I can't wait to come into the comment section and talk with you guys about it. Before that, we have question of the day, and it's a kind of a funny one. Let's go over to that right now. All right, today's question of the day is a clever one. Y'all are gonna have to work a little bit at this. All right, answer without saying yes, yeah, yup, absolutely, of course, or sure. Do y'all need money? Somebody said definitely. Another person said indeed, indubitably, please. I don't know why I didn't put please here. You know it, urgently, most certainly. I don't even know what that word is. Indeed, expeditiously, TI. Without a doubt. Does a bear ish in the woods? Duh. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. And did and do. I think expeditiously is the quickest one here. Instantaneously, that's a good one. That's clever. Somebody said, you betcha, most certainly, and on your mama. All right, just thought that was cute, throwing in a quick little funny one in there. All right, I'm coming over to the comment section right now. Before I do, give a little quick round of applause. I thought we had a good show again today. We hit record-breaking people that's tuned in, so shout out to y'all. Let's go over to comment of the day. Okay. Whoop, whoop. A lot of comments here. All right. Let's see if we have some like new people like we had yesterday. Hey, I thought I was going to go a little longer today. I went only 2 minutes over my time. Nollins out louders. You called yay out. Yes, I did. T Money Wagwan. Wapm Sean Garrett. What Wapm. Kim said, what up out louders? Hey Kim, I didn't see you here yesterday. What up, Kim? The violence is over the top. Nollins. Kim says, we here in Arizona haven't heard anything as of yet. Okay, Kim. Oh, it's true. Kim's in Arizona. I don't understand. This is something that's on NBC, and I don't understand how come no one's heard about it. It's crazy. Crystal said, hey, Kim, didn't see you yesterday. How you doing? Glad you survived the storm. All right, that's y'all just talking amongst yourselves. What up, what up? Mystery said, hello, Trent from Twitch, streaming from the UK. What up? Hit that like button. Crystal, what up? Nollance's silence is not going to make it go away. Loss of human life by law enforcement is critical. Oops. Mars said, what up, crazy Trump administration? This is from Mars, by the way, is just ish people cold in the U.S. They are M-wording people. Stanley says, folks need to stand down and let ICE do their job. Stanley, I'm sorry, and thank you for your comment, but do you understand that there is a constitution, and in the constitution, you do not have to stand down. You can film, you can yell, you can whistle, you could protest, you could be out in the streets. This is the American way, okay? Thank you for your comment. Shannon says, caught you lying again. I don't know if that is to me. Katie said, howdy trend. Katie from West London. The Australian Broadcast Corporation has reported but is not confirmed. Wow. Okay. Thank you very much, Katie. Katie's always tuning in. Somebody said Goofy Town. Mars says Trump is going to throw people under the bus. He's looking like he's investigating, but he is not. Don't let him fool you. Straight lies. All right, Mars. Crystal says, Stanley, what is ICE job? Harassing and unaliving legal citizens exercising their right. Totally agree with that, Crystal. What up, Crystal? Gia, what up, Gia? Kanye West and his apology is like being in an abusive relationship. He's going to do it again. Totally agree with you, Gia. Crystal agreed with Mars. Getting the illegals the F out. He's answering to what ICE's job is. In and Out says Minnesota borders with Canada. Yes, but how many people from Canada are going into Minnesota? We don't need border agents from Canada to Minnesota. Trust me, there's no Canadians trying to get into the US right now illegally. Trust me. Gia says these ICE agents are out of control. They need more training. They think and act like they're above the law. I agree with that. You guys know that most officers has 6 months training and ICE officers has 47 days. And the reason why they chose 47, because Donald Trump is the 47th president. That's embarrassing. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but oh no, it's a bot. Typical Zionist style. We will find a way to. I don't know what that's from. Happy birthday to me. Hey, Kim. Yo, guys, it's Kim's birthday. Hold on. We need a little salute. Kim. Woo! Kim celebrating 55 years. All right, guys, join me all together. Guys, join me together. Y'all know what we do when it's an Out Louder's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kim. Happy birthday to you. I brought out the old school horns. Kim. And many more. Yo, Kim is like day one Out Louder, always DMing me things, always has the other Out Louders back, always in the comment section. Thank you, Kim, for being an amazing person. I'm sorry that I didn't get to meet you and your son and give you guys an autograph book when I was in Arizona. But y'all, you know that I love you. Happy birthday. All right. And say hello to your son for me. All right. Shout out to Kim. Michelle says, why hasn't she been deported? I'm not sure exactly who you're talking about. Owen says Trump causes the issue, then tries to gain credit for calming them. Hypocrisy. Totally agree with that. Avoiding chaos to bring. Trump brought her Epstein visa. Not sure what that is. Kim is wishing, Tez is wishing Kim a happy birthday. Both Dems and Republicans working together to divide us, playing in our faces. Woo! I might agree with that, Shannon. Dems, I hate my life, so let me interject myself into others' lives. Okay, Michael, thank you for your comment. Michael says, sounds like everybody is crooked and liars. Might agree with that. Hey, Crystal, Nolans, hope all is well. I missed the live yesterday. Was out celebrating my birthday with friends and family. Ah, that's where you were, Kim. All right. Michael is just really here talking about Democrats, which is totally fair. All the more power to you, Michael. We like having both sides here. Corporal ST Smith says, if the Minnesota municipalities and state government would allow all the individuals who commit crimes to be received at the jails instead of Minnesota public streets. That's a very loaded statement, but okay, we'll just let that slide for now. Since she hates what? I don't know what that is about there. She's lying once again. Like they did when I worked in law enforcement for over 20 years. All right, we don't have to call people names. I'm not going to read that out, guys. Protesting has become, hey, look at me. Okay, but it's still legal, Michael. He came with the GUN and 2 magazines. He didn't come just to protest. You know what? I don't understand this. Who said this here? I don't know how to pronounce that name. Philly. Like, I said this yesterday. He came and recorded on the street, and he had his gun on him. If he is legally allowed to carry, he has a permit to carry, how do you know what he was doing throughout his day? How do you know that he doesn't carry that on him every single day, every single time he goes somewhere? I just don't understand. He was not in a rally. And if it wasn't a rally, it would be legal, but he wasn't in a rally. He was on the side of the street. He saw them going to arrest somebody and he took out his phone. I just don't understand. Does it say in the Constitution that you have the right to bear arms and you could carry a concealed weapon? So, and if that is the case, how can you say that he cannot just be an American citizen with a concealed weapon? Anybody who says that, like, I really question your statement. I really question if you're a fair person, because I know you know better than that. So this is just you trying to make a talking point that you may have heard somewhere and not really have thought thoroughly what you're saying. Even if he did go to a protest, it's legal. And that doesn't mean that you're trying to do anything. Americans have the right to carry arms in Starbucks, in Pizza Hut, in the street, to the dollar store, wherever they choose, other than places that it's not permitted to. That statement is so incredibly wrong. It doesn't even make sense to me. Michael, can we move on and talk about all the, oh my gosh. Kim says, happy birthday to you, Kim. Michael, I really appreciate your comments, but they make no sense. Sorry, my brother. What's the difference with the term unalived? Or, well, the reason why YouTubers use unalived is you're trying not to set off flags with YouTube. So to say the K word or the M word will set off flags, and then we won't be able to monetize our video. So that's why I hear a lot of content creators saying unalived. We won't say the R word, etc. We'll say PDF file, things like that. Katie says, what a load of ish. Miss Kelly, this is an absolute insult to intelligent people. Totally agree. Michael said, let's talk about okay. But Michael, you want to talk about what the illegal immigrants are doing or what they have done. But, and while I don't say that illegal aliens haven't done anything wrong, like they have done some stuff that's wrong, but why would we talk about them when we already know that they're present and ICE is there to get them? Why do we need to talk about them? Donald Trump spent a year talking about them. He won the presidency pretty much based off of his immigration policy. So he spoke about them. He talked about them in 2016 when he came down in the elevator. He has already spoken about them. Why do we need to speak about something that we already know is present? There's illegal aliens in the United States of America, some that have committed horrible crimes, and everybody wants them out. Why would we talk about them when we already have funding for immigration, $75 million, $75 billion? We don't need to talk about them because they're already being removed. What we need to talk about is the ICE agents that are doing their job incorrectly. We need to talk about the ICE agents that are not properly trained, and we need to talk about the ICE agents who are unaliving American citizens. That's why we're talking about them and not talking about the illegal aliens. If they weren't doing anything wrong, the conversation would stay around the illegal aliens, and we'd be applauding. Good job, Donald Trump. Good job, ICE. You're taking all the illegal aliens that are committing crimes out of America. Like every single thing that Donald Trump does, it's not necessarily what he does, it's how he does it that messes him up. And it's going to cost him the midterms, and it's going to, well, it's not going to cost him the presidency because he can't run again, but it's going to completely ruin MAGA, and it's going to completely ruin all the momentum that the Republican Party has made. Do you guys remember 6 months ago? You couldn't even talk about the Democratic Party. It was over for them. There was no leadership. Nobody cared about Democrats. They were like, they're done. Every content creator, every podcast, everything was about Republicans and Trump. Now, look, they're projecting that the midterms are going to be a wash. And that is why we're not talking about illegal aliens. Randy says the protesters are cheering for illegal criminal immigrants. Democrats pop the top open on the stupid six-pack. Okay. Thank you, Randy. Thomas, can we talk about, oh my gosh. You got to stop saying the same thing. Randy, you could tell they are ignorant. Hey, I appreciate your guys' comments, though. Thank you for coming in here and commenting. We really need both sides. Crystal says, sweet 16, not sweet 55, not sweet. You're welcome, love. Trent, better sing to you. See, Crystal knew I was going to sing. That was all the way at 5:55. Crystal knows what's up. Okay. Ice Baby. Oh my gosh. What's his name is really having fun here, right? Oh my gosh, man. I'll never say unalive. Okay, well, you're not a content creator, Michael. Oh, here's Kim. That he better, Crystal, or I'm gonna have to come on the live. Oh, Kim, I didn't even see this, and you know I already sang. So okay. Did he post a live link so we can link in? Yeah, if you want me to, I'm down for you to link in. Okay, you guys, Kebab and Michael and Randy are having a fun time here, right? So there should be no justice for innocent Americans that were unalived by illegal immigrants. Nobody is saying that. Nobody is saying that. And nobody is saying that you guys don't have a point. We're just saying, why would we need to talk about that today when 3 days ago there was somebody who was unalived? Hey, Trent. I'm loving the ponytail. Thank you very much. I'm getting my hair braided tomorrow. This will be my last. I took it out, washed it Saturday. Somebody helped me with that and dried it out, just giving it a little bit of break, but it will be back in braids tomorrow. Thank you for that. Mystery said the Morgan Kelly is talking rubbish, and I agree with you, Trent, on this one. The U.S. citizens have a right to peaceful protest, as it's the only way to express yourself when you are not happy, with certain things. Thank you, Mystery. Well, bro, you cannot commit a crime while resisting arrest is a crime. He was not resisting arrest. You guys have to stop this ridiculousness and trying to pretend that we're not seeing what we're seeing on video. Like it's crazy. Could you imagine if there was no video? Just imagine how hard it is to convince people when there is video. Imagine if there wasn't video. That's what's scaring me about Arizona. Salute to the chat. This is Citizen Kane. Trent, been following you since Diddy Files. Good work on the protest. I'm very recluse. I'm not sure what that word is. Sorry, my dyslexia. And you are my main form of world news. Peace from ATL. Thank you very much, Citizen Kane. All right, Cabal. He's saying to everyone wasn't protesting. Nolan said, what about the right to bear arms? It's still legal in America to carry a gun. Strip them of their guns since they are abusing their powers. Okay, the same ish who said Obama was going to take your guns. So F this administration and they mama. That's from Roger. Cabal says, talking both sides out your mouth. Thank you for your comments. Katie said, Donald Trump seems to be very confused. He is super confused. I don't think he knows where he's coming or going. He got paperwork for the gun. That's Jose, exactly. Carl Rittenhouse, hypocrisy. Totally agree. Thank you for somebody for saying that. J Prime. Facts, Roger from Crystal. Kim said, I don't think Trump knows whether he's coming or going. This man is sick. Mystery said, I think you're going to need your licensed gun out here in the U.S. with all of these ICE agents running amok. Khalib said he got to stop before he had a chance to pull it out. Come on. Are you serious? He got stopped. So hold on. You're going to blame a man for his own unaliving and saying, and you're going to say, yo, the ICE agents stopped him and needed to unalive him before he pulled it out? This is ridiculous. This has to be, and I appreciate every single comment. This has to be the most ridiculous comment I've ever seen. He got stopped before he had a chance to pull it out. So we had to unalive him. With that theory, that means any American that's carrying a concealed weapon, a police officer should be able to do whatever they want to them. Because, hey, I got to stop you from using your weapon before you use it. You just imagine this logic. Yo, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but Calab or Calab, that is the most craziest comment I've ever seen in my entire life. Melanie says, how does ICE know he had a concealed gun because he pulled it on them? Oh my gosh, man. I thank you guys so much, man. Thank you for the past 2 days. I don't know where you guys have come from, but please subscribe and stay. We need this back and forth. These are the people I need to talk to you. What are you talking about? How did ICE know he had a concealed gun? Because he pulled it out on them? Can you show me the proof of that? The only reason why they knew is because they grabbed him, they pushed him down after they pepper sprayed him, and when they pushed him and hit him on his head, his jacket came out, his jacket came up, they saw the concealed gun, and one of the officers took it off of him, and then somebody else yelled out, gun, 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 and then that's when the other officer did what he did. That's crazy work. Yeah, come on, guys. Come on. Thank you so much for your comment, but that's crazy work. I heard Trump stating in his first term that he was going to take away everyone's guns. He doesn't want anyone to be able to protect themselves against his ICE. All right, I haven't heard him say that, but okay. Collab again said ICE rules. Hey, if you're right to an opinion. Ryan said yesterday, and it was whatever, can't say that. Nope, Melamine, he didn't. They found it was his belt after jumping him. Exactly what I just said. Thank you, Crystal. Kim said, hit that like button. Thank you, Kim. ICE saw something earlier today. It was not ICE, it was Border Patrol, but yes, same thing, because I mixed them up too. So same thing. Yes, somebody. Wow, Khalib said, who cares? All right, Khalib. Now we see you're not here just for discussion. You're here just to agitate, but stick around. The Mocha Unicorn says, take your meds, Melanie. Leonard said, in reference to himself, by law, Trump, a convicted felon, cannot carry a weapon at any time. Ooh, good point. Another person said, I can't apologize. He can't apologize to blacks. We gave up on him a long time ago. All right, that's Kanye West. Philip said, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Yeah, Crystal said, good point, Leonard. When he became a Kardashian, it was up for his blackness. Mystery says, I just think the unalive man had his licensed gun in his pocket when it was on his holster. When the ICE agents harassed him, he didn't even take it out to defend himself. That shows what a good character of the man he was. Totally agree. Melissa says, just walk away from the insanity. Nook said, people are very happy. People are never happy ever. Damned if you do. Oh, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I guess people want an apology, not an apology. Trent, you called it. Ye was looking for publicity. I don't know why people still doubt you. Thank you very much, Crystal. Somebody said, period. James says, I have some disorder. It doesn't make me an expert on. I guess you're talking about me being bipolar. I didn't say that it makes me an expert. I said it makes me have a unique opinion. That's all I said. I'm not an expert at all. Unicorn says you don't have to apologize to the Jewish community. They are everything. Okay, I'm not going to repeat that. I listen and I don't judge. Robin says he's a joke now. I think you're talking about Kanye. He's been a joke. Again, Kanye, just like Diddy. Is his cousin Grizzly is still in the, I don't know what that is. Don't want to repeat it. Facts. I'm so sick of him. That letter wasn't for us. That was for the key holders. Exactly. Robin, I'm not going to repeat that. I don't know what that means. I know Crystal. I don't know why they doubt Trent. Thank you, Kim. I Bougie Wall says, why are you guys always in this man's business? Damn. Well, it's what I do. I'm a content creator. Make an album for free and release it if you're that serious about it. He still needs people to help him release it. Queen Station says he wants something, but I'm not for him. Kate says, Kanye, oh dear, you are really sliding down a slippery slope. Mars says they just blocked the deportation of Liam, a 5-year-old boy that's making headlines. I heard about that. Crystal says, Kim, he always backs his words and comes with receipts. Talking about me. Thank you, Crystal. Okay, not repeating that. Nope, not repeating that. Crystal said, really, Mars? I don't know about that. Every time I hear him on any platform, I skip or turn off if there's an opinion to ignore his content. That is talking about Kanye. There's a difference between evil and mental health. Hey, another person on Twitch. Then she was awarded because she was white. What are you talking about? Oh, maybe you're talking about Pam Bondi, maybe? Kim says, I feel these social media platforms are going to put something in place real soon, so people can't sue them. Exactly. That's what I think too. Okay, you guys are at the TikTok thing. Okay. TUT says, can we file a lawsuit against YouTube for allowing ads, AI ads, all the fake car insurance, blah, 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 blah. Don't miss your 25K health spending. I don't know. Crystal said, hey, Kim, like constant form or agree, we will have to sign that states they are not liable for any injury or addiction to us using their platform. I think that is coming soon. I agree with you guys. I do remember growing up, this is from Kim, that false advertisements was something you couldn't do because you could get sued for it. So it's just ironic that nowadays people can put anything on the internet. That's going to change soon, man. Crystal said she remembers that. Candy says, where's the outrage from Cardi B cussing out a 4-year-old? We talked about that yesterday. Kind of like Red Bull commercials giving you wings. Then people were off of buildings, blaming it on Red Bull commercials. I remember that. TUP says, between Facebook and YouTube, my elderly mother would believe Oprah Winfrey's actual words from the healthcare system. Shaking my head. I think the PR they have around them is not very intelligent. Oh, that's probably talking about Diddy. I trust Timu and Sheen adds more than AI nonsense we get pushed daily. All right, we're laughing at TUT. Stop saying lies. She's been deactivated her account before that. Nicki Minaj. All right, if you say so. Kanye shouldn't play with mental health issues. Not cool. Totally agree, Nolans. Nicki is out for her own agenda. I lost respect for her when she went after Don Lemon. So sad. Me too. Ivan said, talk about all these celebrities who were paid millions of dollars to support Biden, Kamala, and Clinton's. All of a sudden, they haven't spoken about issues that were so important to them. Crystal said, I agree, Nolan's mental health is not something people should lie about and utilize for their own benefit. It's a serious matter and should only be spoken on to support. Free Tory, charge Meg. Okay, we're not going to read that. Mystery said, I agree with you, Trent, about Kanye. Every time he pops up, he has a new album coming out. Exactly. Thank you, Mystery. Sassy Sandy said, I love the giggle as you talk about Diddy getting a pardon from Trump. I agree. He would stay in jail also. Hi, Shannon. Glad you made it to the live. Kim says, I was just thinking that he said multiple. My face went sideways. Mars says, I'd only get with a man who would save our kids first. If he doesn't think like that, I don't want him. Men will leave. Trust me. Totally agree with that, Mars. Sharon agreed. Kim said, I'm saving the multiple. No, I'm saving the multiplied. Me too. Yo, you save the kids first. I don't have kids, but if I did, I would be able to live without my kids. What? Crystal? Hold on. Let me read this. Yo, you save the kids first. I don't have kids, but if I did, I wouldn't be able to live without my kids. Oh, okay. Okay. Crystal is agreeing with us. I was a little surprised. All right, Crystal. Sorry about that. Citizen Kane said, man, F that. I'm saving my kids. You can always get a new partner. A dime a dozen. Crystal laughed out loud. Mystery said, question of the day. I would save both, but the children would need more support. Exactly. Great show. Y'all make sure you hit the like button. Thank you, Citizen Kane. Someone said, I need money. I mean, Crystal said, I need money. Cam said yesterday. I like that. Hey, I think we got a super chat here. Gifted. Hey, Shannon gifted one Trent Outlet membership. Thank you so much, Shannon. Somebody got a free Outlet membership from Shannon. Shannon, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that. Hold on, let me I have my thing here. Shannon, when I go over to the other window, I'll give you a round of applause, all right? Kim says, thanks, Shannon, for the gifted membership. RSK said, ever since you said certain groups were watching your content, the content has changed. What? I don't even know what that means, but okay. Citizen Sane said, she said, caught your live again, not lying. Shannon, oh my gosh, Shannon. Jeez. Shannon gifted 2 memberships. Bam, 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 bam. Mark said, shares 100-mile border. Oh, brethren, Minnesota shares 557-mile border with 2 Canadian provinces, Ontario and Winnipeg. I'm fully aware. However, you don't need border patrol agents bordering Canada and Minnesota. There's no Canadians trying to run and escape Canada to go into Minnesota. Trust me. Emma wished Kim a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kim, from Citizen Kane. Thanks for the love smiling from ear to ear. Thanks again, guys. Crystal says, sing, Trent. Happy birthday, Kim, from Shannon. Laugh out loud. Oh my gosh, Trent, you're going to break that horn button. Y'all know how I get down. Shay Lala says, hey, my Jamaican prince. My brother from another mother. Your energy is free everything. I've battled with mental health practically my whole life. I appreciate all advocates of mental health. Thank you very much, my Jamaican princess. What up? Glad you can make the live. Good evening, out louders from Emma. Shannon said, Kim, the unifier. Nolan said, happy birthday, Kim. Sheila said, happy birthday, Kim. See how loved you are, Kim. Mar says, China is dumping loads of U.S. treaties to their own dollar value. Shannon says, she's a jolly good lady. She's a jolly good lady. Thanks, everyone, for the birthday wishes. Trent Trent, is the live link in the chat? No, it is not. I don't know why. For some reason, it's not working, but I'm going to try it again in 1 second. Here's the paradox. The more we attempt to peaceful protest, we're going to the rage with Trump can activate the Insurrection Act. This will be a step towards martial law. Oh, okay. Here you're saying, yes, we do think that is going to be the next thing that happens. City Kane says, bro, you had phone recording. What the F? You showed females. It's not okay. What? We don't do that over here. I don't know what Citizen Kane is talking about, but maybe somebody else will say. They might be tracking the immigrants on the phone Biden gave them. What are you guys talking about? Bro, he had phone recordings, what the F, and showed females is not okay. We don't do that over here. I'm like exactly sure you guys are talking about. Did you have taken, okay, I don't know what this is. Robert said, hello, my brother Trent and the Outlouders. Hey, I'm watching ABC Evening News just now, and they are talking about the other person that got shot and injured in the hospital in Arizona. Yes, ABC. Okay, so it is confirmed. Okay, finally they're picking up. Crystal said, Citizen Kane said to Crystal, you fine AF. Uh-oh, I'm playing matchmaker over here. Shayla said, this world is getting really scary, especially how in your face and avoidedness they're getting. This is not about black and white. It's about good versus evil. Good people are waking up. Martial law means they can end the elections. We know that, which he will use to remain in office and possibly abolish the presidential office. Long-term king. I know, really sad. Shannon says they could be testing AA technology and then use them in the latter. Or would say, hey, Trent, I'm watching the ABC News. Okay, read that already. Justin said, just because you have a gun doesn't mean you have authority. You can't implement a law deportation just because you think you can. Totally agree. Mars says, Michael, let's talk about the fact that if you weren't indigenous, you are an immigrant. Europeans migrated to the U.S. and stole land. Mars has a little bit of a point here. This morning in Italy, Trent in the chat. What up? Hey, Trent in the chat. ICE is doing a pretty good job. Okay, that's your opinion. Good speech, Trent. Rem illegal aliens. Have anybody noticed the two that were unalived are American citizens? Exactly. Here, more happy birthdays to Kim. Somebody says, yeah, you have to skip when they're just trolling. You can't, yeah, exactly. He's totally trolling. All right, let's skip over the trolling, the trolls. Yeah, let's go to that. Happy birthday to Kim. Sorry, there's a lot of trolls in here. Let me skip. Hold on. That's Kim. Okay, here Citizen Kane says Trump allegedly had a stroke and frontal dementia and probably like he has years left. Who is this half-eating? Bro needs to shoot. Did it accidentally shot one of the workers? What video are y'all watching? Okay, we're not even going to talk about this because it says, half. He never pulled his on any cops. Okay, we're not going to talk about that guy here. I don't dream in America. I make plans and efforts to succeed. I'm not a worker. All y'all talking ish, blah, 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 blah. We're going to skip this. We're going to skip this. At least Nicki ain't lie like BNJ paying blogs to lie, so they weren't sitting with the Trumps. They were sitting with the Trumps. I got to give you that. We canceled Kanye since the fish sticking joke on South Park. Okay, we're not gonna Answer that. Interference with law enforcement is a crime. This is crazy. Looks like half is the only way. Wasn't watched the video. Exactly. They're just trolling. Thanks. Love your channel. Let's go. Thank you, Yvonne. Mystery said, good show again. Great show again today, Trent. Crystal, if you need money, I got you. I need for my clothing line. Holla, Trent. I'll send you a free t-shirt. Thank you very much, Citizen Kane. I think Citizen Kane really likes Crystal. The government gave immigrants phones. That's from Shannon. Citizen Kane. My bad on the missed text. I'm on that Bob Marley right now. Shannon says, I think they have tracking technology in those phones. Shannon says, I think the AI agenda, martial law, Eminem has nothing to do with that. Shannon says, is all agenda, and we have to stop the division. I miss the 90s when we used to argue about Monica Lewinsky's dress. That's hilarious. Nicki is the worst, absolute sellout. That's from Mars. And Kim, whoa, Kim gets the last comment. Kim said, another great show, Trend. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Everybody, as always, peace, love, and happiness. All right, Kim, if you're still here, hold on. Where do I get this link again? Hold on. Here, Kim, let me see if I can get the link here. Hold up. Oh, here we go. Invite guest here. Copy. All right, here, I'm going to put the link here in the chat, Kim. If you want to come on, I think this should work. There we go. All right, Kim, I put the link in the chat. I'll see you in the waiting room. I'm going to leave this up while I give my sign out. And then, Kim, I'll come back if you want to come on so you can get your birthday wishes live on video, or you can come on audio. It's up to you, okay? Let me just say my sign outs, and then I'll be right back in the comment section. All right. Thank you all for kicking with me. I thought we had a great show. Bam, 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 bam. Let's go. We broke records again. Our most people joined and our most comments on any lives. Kim, I see you in the waiting room. I'm coming to you in a second, Kim. One sec, Kim. I see you. Hold up. All right. Three things before I let y'all go. While we're on our live, you could give back to the show with super chats, or when we're off, you can give us super thanks. You'll see it at the bottom of your video, or at the comment section, you see 3 buttons. Also, do not forget to sign up for the Out Loud membership, link above, or you see the join button or the membership link tab above us. And the third thing is, do not forget to sign up for Aura today. You'll see the first link below. It's absolutely free. Do not surf on the internet. Any of your information can be available on the dark web. Aura will remove all of it for free. Also, before I let you go, just want to remind you of 3 ways to keep up with the Trend Out Loud show. The first way is on podcast platforms. For those of you who like to listen to shows like this, we're available on all of them. Just go to any podcast site, type in Trend Out Loud, the show will pop up. Do not forget to hit the follow or subscribe button so you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And we upload daily, 5 days a week. Now, if you're like me and you like to watch shows like this, head on over to YouTube and type in Trend Out Loud. When you do, there's 6 things I'm going to need you to do. The first 2 is hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, get the algorithming. The third thing is, please try to comment. You guys are my co-hosts. Like I say every day, everybody asks me, how do you do a show by yourself? I do not. I do it with you guys. I appreciate all the live comments, but please try to comment below also. After we post the video, it helps the conversation going, okay? Now, for those of you who don't want to join in on the conversation, I really don't want to make you feel pressured, but one of the things that you can comment is which country or city that you're watching from. Every night before I go to bed, I look at the comments. It's what I do to put me to sleep. And one of the things I love seeing is how global this show is, okay? So if you do not want to join in, show me where, or tell me which country or city you're watching from. The fourth thing I'm going to need you to do on YouTube is please share this channel. Very, very, very important. We're here for the long run. We want to have this channel around 5 or 10 years from now. We need to build it. If you're liking it, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones. Try to find like-minded people, whether you be on the right, whether you be on the left, even the people in the comment section that I don't agree with. We're trying to build a platform where we could communicate with one another. So please try to share this channel. 5th, sign up for that Out Loud membership. And 6th, do not forget Super Chat and Super Thanks. And by the way, I said that I would give Shannon a round of applause. Shannon, a round of applause. Thank you very much for 2 memberships. Bam, 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 bam. Kim, 2 seconds. I'm coming to you, Kim. And also, what's the other thing? Oh yeah, so my third thing, the third way to keep up with the Trent Out Loud show is our new way to reach out to you guys, and that's streaming platforms. We stream live 5 days a week on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. On YouTube, we have 2 different ways you could stream vertically on your cell phone, or you could stream horizontally on your TV or laptop. Also, we are also streaming on Kick, Twitch, and on Instagram. All right, so that's podcast platform, YouTube, and streaming platforms. For those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms, and it's also the same handle, Trent Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, please follow the Trent Out Loud show on Instagram. You see a couple of videos I played for you already today. Those are the daily takes and reels that I put on Instagram. It's a way for me to keep in touch with you guys throughout the day or even on the weekends. I give you quick little takes and play the videos for you guys. So if you like this show, I really think that you'll like the Instagram on the Trent Out Loud show. It's unrehearsed, unabated. Sometimes I'm going in the shower, coming out the shower, half asleep, half awake. It's really fun. So make sure you follow us over there. Okay. All right. Let me go to my homie, Kim. Hold up. Kim. Yeah, Kim's in the building.
Thank you for everything that you do. I love your show. I watch it every day.
Thank you.
I've been watching you for probably 2 years. So
Wow.
keep up the good work. I love your put on everything.
Thank you.
Sorry, I just got a phone call. Thank you.
Yeah, you're breaking up there for a
and
second.
thank you for the thank you for the birthday wishes, everybody. Yes, I appreciate all you guys. Thank you.
Love you, Kim. Hey, Kim, what did you do yesterday for your birthday? Where'd you go?
Steakhouse.
Okay. So do you have like a big party? Was it family? Was it friends? What did you do?
It was family and about 3 friends.
Okay.
So my mom, my dad, my son,
Nice.
my grandson, and 3 of my good friends.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any plans for the weekend, or was it just the birthday and then the weekend you're gonna chill out?
I'm gonna go do some self-care stuff.
I
So
love that.
Yeah. It's that's what I gotta do for myself. Keep
Yeah.
me where I need to be mentally, physically.
Yeah.
And it starts with me. So
Yes.
I gotta do the work for things to work.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your show 100%.
Thank you. And I've told you this before, just offline, but I'll tell you online now. And by the way, you are the 3rd guest on the Trent Out Loud show on live. So I'm happy that you're there. I'm happy that you're in like the top 5. We'll look back on this in like 10 or 15 years from now and be like, yo, Kim, and you'll be like in the audience or whatever. But thank you for coming on. But like I said, thank you very much for always supporting, always commenting underneath every single video. You're pretty much always like the first or second comment. Even when we post a video that's not viral, the Diddy times 100, 200,000 views, or even small videos that have 2,000 or 3,000 views, you're always there for me. And I really, really appreciate you. I wish the best for you. I'm happy that I was able to catch you and wish you happy birthday. And
thank you,
I'm just
everybody,
really happy
for the birthday wishes.
Yeah, and thank you, everybody. You have a great Out Loud community that everybody knows you and loves you. And I'm really happy to hear that you're taking the weekend for yourself. That's I'm always like, I want to party, whatever, blah blah. But you always sometimes really have to take time for yourself. So I really love that.
You do. And at 55, my partying days are really over. Like
I get it.
Yeah, it's all about me.
Love that.
So thank you again. And
Thank you.
See y'all later.
All right. I'll look for you in the comment section. I'm about this is about to post in like 2 minutes.
Always.
Hey,
Yep.
everybody here, make sure that you also, I know you guys did it on the live, but after the video, I want to see pure happy birthday Kims like all day. Happy birthday to Kim.
Sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Love
Thank
you, Kim.
you.
Thank you.
Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.
How do I?
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Turn Out Loud. Peace.